Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dear Srila Prabhupada, on your disappearance day, I have been told to glorify about you. First of all, I am not qualified to glorify the great soul who delivered a million world and delivered them birth, death, old and emphasis onto your lotus feet. Because of you, we realize the value of this human life. There is 84 million species of life in this material world. By your mercy, we are very fortunate that we took birth in Iskcon family as a human being. It is created by you and get to know the absolute truth, Krishna. Please bless me so I can be humble and respectful to others and remain Krishna consciousness and be help for you to spread your dream. Thank you. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Aradhya, for giving such wonderful glorification. I think do start. Some of our youth isn't present here, so we will still call their names. So we'll still Radhakanta will bless them. So Anupam Bhakta, he's not with us. Anuradha, Anuru.
Sent me a poem, but I'll get it up. I have.
Okay. Aradhya, do you want to speak? No.
You can just say pranam mantra. You know Prabhupada pranam mantra. Namo Vishnu Pada.
It's okay. Arjun Halder, not here. Asliya Ghosh, do you have her?
Asliya Ghosh, yes. So
a glorification through, although she's far away from us, she wants to be, still she's part of our Iskcon youth, New Orleans. So she has sent, she is a daughter of Ananta Gopal Prabhu, and she has sent us the video. Next up, please get ready. Bhagavat Manda, Das. Okay. Chandrika, Chaitanya Priya.
come up and say pranam mantra. Prabhupada pranam mantra.
Devanga, please get ready.
Pranam mantra bolo asho. Namo Vishnu Pada.
Also, we are requesting all the Matajis, আপনারা কিছু যদি বলতে চান দয়া করে সামনে এসে বলুন বাংলা বলতে পারেন Please, we ask you to volunteer.
Okay, now Chaitanya Priya will say Prabhupada pranam mantra.
अच्छा अच्छा है के
Chaitanya Priya, she's usually very active. She's only 4 years old, but she knows a lot, but she's shy today. It's okay. All the Matajis, anyone wants to speak, glorify. Karnika Krishna Mataji.
हाँ बसो okay just announce her name hey Chandrapriya সঙ্গে বলবে নাকি কোথায় Chandrapriya
Her name is Aradhya. She's the daughter of
Antaratma
Prabhu.
Namaste Saraswati
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so I have. Okay, ওই মাইকটা দাও প্রভু। প্রভু ওই মাইকটা আমাকে দাও আর তখন সেট করো। So now I just have the recording of Askrishya. She is daughter of Ananta Gopal Prabhu. I think everybody knows here her as Rukmini Didi. So she is currently in Chicago with her studies. So we have a recording that she is wonderfully sent to us. So I'll just play that. I request everybody please be silent. So it's not a video, it's just a recording clip, so we can listen to it.
I am grateful to get an opportunity to speak about Dissapearance Swami Srila Prabhupada on this auspicious day. In Calcutta, 1896, an elegant city of India, a boy named Abhay Dev was born in a Vaishnava family. He was raised in a mercantile family. Since infancy, he used to often visit Radha Krishna temple and began to worship similar deities in home. On every Rath Yatra with his father's help, he would hold his own celebration by drawing the neighborhood children into the festives. 1922 marked a turning point in his life as he met
No, 1 second. Yeah. Okay, having some technical difficulty. So I'm just having some technical difficulty, but we can go to the next person from Mataji somewhere, and then I'll clear this up. Thank you.
Yes, we requested the Matajis and they're kind of shy, but we will still request them. Karnika Mataji, if we can hear few wisdom words, even if you're not worthy, none of us are worthy here, believe me. So please, in Bengali, Bangla to bole kuno byapar na, ekhane shobai Bengali. Mataji, Mother Karnika Mataji, please.
Okay. So, আপনি কি তৈরি করেন? I'm clear with this recording, so we'll hear this. 2 মিনিট সময় আছে, ওখান থেকে বলতে পারেন যদি চান। একটুখানি প্রভুপাদের বিষয়ে সবাই আমরা প্রভুপাদের প্রতি কৃতজ্ঞ, যদি কিছু বলতে পারলে খুব ভালো। Okay. So this again is from Rukmini. Thank you.
He used to often visit Radha Krishna temple and began to worship similar deities in home. On every Rath Yatra with his father's help, he would hold his own celebration by drawing neighborhood children into the festives. 1922 marked a turning point in his life as he met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, the greatest devotee of Krishna, who convinced him to spread Krishna consciousness in the Western world. Later, he became a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami, and currently he is known as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He used to live in the temple of Radha Damodar in Vrindavan and worked on his life's masterpiece, that is translating the devotional classic Srimad Bhagavatam. At the age of 70, he started a voyage, which proved a great trial in his life, as he endures sickness and suffers from severe chest pain. In few days, he had 2 heart attacks, gradually he recovered and finally arrived in New York. He went through a lot of struggle these days, but his happy day started by singing, speaking with the vigor of a young man. He brought the Hare Krishna movement in public eye by chanting in parks, distributing magazines, holding free Sunday feasts, and many were attracted to it. In future, it expanded without limit. First of all, it was started in New York, followed by San Francisco, Los Angeles, and gradually the whole world. He left all of us in November 1977 at the age of 81 in Vrindavan. His body was buried in the Krishna Balram Mandir. He initiated over 10,000 disciples who can carry on his mission in physical absence. The Bhagavad Gita was translated into 60 different languages. It is impossible to measure his impact on our life. I am fortunate to be born in this movement, which is popularly known as Iskcon, that is International Society of Krishna Consciousness, established by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is always immortal to me, and being a grand disciple of him, I think it's my responsibility to carry on his mission, which is to benefit others. When I went through his biography for the first time, I came across the obstacle he faced in his journey to Western countries. His success in this track symbolized the purpose of his life at the age of 70. Generally, at this age, people enjoy the retirement with their near and dear ones, whereas Prabhupada was enjoying his days by expanding the Hare Krishna movement all around. Hare Krishna.
So next up we have Varsha. She's the daughter of Mother Mohan Krishna, Prabhu, and Her Grace Chitta Devi Dasi. So come up.
Who's next?
We wanted Karnika Mataji.
Okay, next Karnika Mataji. After that, please get ready. You can take your mask off now.
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine. Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. Prabhupada, you have created 108 temples and published many scriptures, one of them being the Bhagavad Gita. You turned so many people into devotees. It is not possible for me to list all of your achievements. You created Iskcon, and without you, we wouldn't be here today. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.
So now we will hear from Mother Karnika Mataji.
Mostly ভালো
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine.
যদিও আমি কিছুই তৈরি নেই বা কিছু রেডি করে নেই, এটা বলাটা সত্যি ভুল। এতদিন আমি প্রভুপাদের ফ্যামিলিতে আছি, এটা আমার একটা মানে সত্যি সৌভাগ্য, অথচ আমি তার সম্বন্ধে কিছু বলার মতো আমার যোগ্যতাই নেই। তার মানে আমি একদমই যোগ্যহীন যে ফ্যামিলিতে আমি সত্যি একদিনে মানে বড় হয়েছি। এটা আমার বলতে সত্যি খুব লজ্জা লাগছিল যে আমি তৈরি নেই। তা আমি সত্যি কথা এতদিন আমি ইস্কনে জয়েন করে বা ছোটবেলা থেকে আমি ইস্কনে আছি, আমি দেখেছি সত্যিকারের যদি আনন্দের উৎস বলে কিছু থাকে তো আমাদের এই প্রভাবের বিরাট একটা এই কুঠির। এই কুঠিরে যে একবার এসেছে সেই একমাত্র বুঝতে পারবে যে আনন্দ বলতে যদি কিছু থাকে তা আমরা একমাত্র কৃষ্ণ ভক্তরা তা অনুভব করতে পারি। অনেক সময় এখানে যদিও মানে আপনারা সবাই তো ইস্কনেরই ছোটবেলা থেকে বড় হয়েছেন, সবাই জানেন, আমার আর বলার এখানে কিছু নেই। আমরা কত রকম কত ফেস্টিভ্যালে কত আনন্দে আমরা অংশগ্রহণ করি, দুর্গাপূজা, কালী পুজো, এখানে সবাই ছোটবেলা থেকে নানা রকমেতেই আমরা যুক্ত ছিলাম। কিন্তু সত্যি করে আমরা বলতে পারবো যে প্রভুপাদের কোনো মন্দিরে গিয়ে আমরা যে আনন্দ পাই সেই আনন্দ আমরা বাইরে কোথাও পাই কিনা, সেটা নিজের মনকে প্রশ্ন করলে আমরা বুঝতে পারি যে প্রভুপাদ আমাদেরকে কি দিয়ে গেছেন। তা প্রভুপাদ আমাদেরকে যা দিয়ে গেছে তার জন্য প্রভুপাদকে আমরা কতটুকু দিতে পারছি। তাই সত্যি আজকে আমরা খুব সৌভাগ্য। আমি ইস্কনের অনেক মন্দিরে ঘুরেছি, মানে আমি ওয়ার্ল্ডের বেশ কিছু মন্দিরে ঘুরেছি। আমি আমেরিকা আসার পর থেকে ফিলাডেলফিয়া, নিউ জার্সি, অরল্যান্ডো অনেক মন্দিরে অনেকদিন ছিলাম। কিন্তু আমাদের এই নিউ অরলিন্স মন্দিরের এত সুন্দর সিস্টেমেটিক্যাল, এত সব সিনিয়র ভক্তরা আছে আমাদেরকে যেভাবে এনকারেজ করে, বিশেষ করে আমাদের মন্দিরের সুব্রত বাবু আমাদের যেভাবে সেবার মধ্যে যুক্ত রাখতে চেষ্টা করেন, আমরা যদি প্রভুর মানে আদেশই বলবো, যদি উনি আমরা সেটা গ্রহণ করি, সত্যি কথাই আমরা সেবার মধ্যে যুক্ত থাকতে পারবো। প্রভু সবসময় আমাদেরকে ডেকে ডেকে সেবার মধ্যে যুক্ত রাখার চেষ্টা করেন যে প্রভুবাদের সঙ্গে আমরা যুক্ত থাকি, কিন্তু আমরা নানা রকম অজুহাত দিই। তাহলে সত্যি আমরা প্রভুবাদকে কতটুকু দিতে পারলাম। প্রভুপাদ সারা বিশ্বে আজকে কত মন্দির নির্মাণ করেছেন, আমাদের মতো জীবদেরকে উনি উদ্ধার করবার জন্য সব জায়গায় কোনো জায়গায় টিচিং সেন্টার আছে, মন্দির আছে, সেখানে সবসময় গিয়ে আমরা সেবা করার সুযোগ না পেলে আমরা ঘরে বসে করতে পারি। প্রভুপাদ প্রতি গৃহে গৃহে তার ভক্তদেরকে পাঠিয়ে আমাদেরকে উদ্ধার করবার চেষ্টা করছেন। তা আমরা সেই নিউ অরলিন্স মন্দিরে যে সব ভক্তরা আমাদেরকে সবসময় ডাকে, সামান্য প্রতি মাসে একটা আমরা হরিনামের অংশগ্রহণকে যাতে কিনা আমরা অংশগ্রহণ করতে পারি, তার জন্য প্রভু সবসময় আমাদেরকে ডাকে যে তোমরা আসো, এই হরিনামে অংশগ্রহণ করো, কিন্তু আমরা যেতে পারি না। কিন্তু উচিত আমাদের সবার সেই হরিনামে যাওয়ার জন্য, কারণ প্রভুপাদ বলেছে যে আমাদের প্রতি ঘরে ঘরে আমাদের এই কৃষ্ণ নাম প্রচার করতে হবে, যেটা কিনা মহাপ্রভুর ধারা উনি আমাদেরকে দেখিয়ে দিয়ে গেছে। তাই আমরা সেটুকু তো কিছুই করতে পারি না, কিন্তু আমরা যদি অন্তত মাসে একবার করে হরিনামে অংশগ্রহণ করি, সেই হরিনামে যদি আমাদের এই হরিনাম সবাই একটু শোনে, সবার কানে যদি একটু এই হরিনাম সংকীর্তন যায়, সবার মধ্যে দিয়ে আমাদেরও প্রচারের কিছুটা অংশ আমরা পেতে পারি, আমরা প্রভুপাদের মুভমেন্টের কিছুটা ভাগ দিতে পারি। কিছু যদি না হয়, যেমন একটা কাঠবিড়ালিও তার মুখে করে করে জল নিয়ে এসে শ্রীরাম ভগবানকে উপকার করেছিলেন, হেল্প করেছিলেন, তাই না? তা আমাদের দ্বারা জানি আমার পক্ষে সেটা সম্ভব না, তাই আমি চেষ্টা করি যে যদি হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে সবার সঙ্গে যুক্ত হয়ে একটু যদি হরিনাম করি, আমার গলার আওয়াজটা যদি অন্যের কানে একটু যায়, তা আমারও মনে হয় প্রভুপাদের আজকে এই বিরাট নির্মাণ কল্পে আমি মনে হয় প্রভুপাদকে কিছুটা হেল্প করতে পারলাম। তাই আজকের দিনে আমি সবার কাছে একটু প্রার্থনা করি, আমাকে সবাই আপনারা আশীর্বাদ করুন যাতে আমি প্রভুপাদের জন্য কিছু করতে পারি। কিছু তো করার ক্ষমতা আমার নেই, আপনাদের সঙ্গে রেখে, আপনার সঙ্গে আমাকে রেখে যাতে আমাকে আপনারা করিয়ে দিতে পারেন, আমার সেইটুকু ইচ্ছা আছে। তাই সবার কাছে প্রার্থনা করছি আমাকে সবাই আপনারা আশীর্বাদ করুন আজকের এই শুভ দিনে। হরি বল, হরি বল।
That was a wonderful glorification by Her Grace Karnika Mataji. Although she said she wasn't prepared, I think that was like one of the best glorification I've heard. So thank you so much. So next we have Vishnu Priya and Brenda. They're both sisters. They're also the daughters of this they used to live, but now they're having so they sent their video here, which will be going to be displayed on
Namaste Saraswati Devi Guru Pujami Nirvishesha Shukadi Asya Pavishakadi. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to your lotus feet. All glories to Guru and Gaura. I'm the most fallen soul to glorify you, but to purify myself and for the pleasure of Shri Radha, all the simple Vaishnavas, I will submit my most humble offering unto your lotus feet. Please bless me to satisfy Shri Krishna by glorifying him. Why can't you eat meat or eggs? Animals don't have life. They don't feel pain if you kill them. They're meant to be eaten by humans because humans have more power than them. So it is fine to eat them. These are some of the questions I was attacked by during my days of elementary school. Due to my shy and weak nature, I was not able to answer their questions. I would wonder, how do they not understand that killing animals for food is wrong? I did not know how to convince them that meat eating is not good until I read your book, The Higher Taste, in which you expound 10 irreversible arguments for not eating meat. I realized that before telling another person, I need to fully be aware of why I'm vegetarian. If my understanding is shallow, then my explanation will also be shallow. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for writing The Higher Taste. In explaining to my siblings and friends why being vegetarian is the best choice. The most necessary institution, schools and hospitals. And you have given us the top class school and hospital that form the National Society for Krishna
not even qualified to offer my thanks to you, as I'm still a rascal. I have not read enough of your writings to be qualified to thank you, but the little that I have read have impacted me positively. I heard from my Shiksha Guru that you did not want to come to this planet, but because Lord Krishna wanted you to write these books, you appeared here. If you wouldn't have come, Srila Prabhupada, then it was not possible for fallen souls like me to get a glimpse of our real identity as eternal servants of Lord Krishna and how to actually establish ourselves back in that position. You would have continued for another million and million years in rotten life or sense gratification. Now, after your appearance, at least there is some hope that one day I'll be established in my eternal constitutional position. However, if asked personally, who would you like to spend a day with? My answer would be you, Srila Prabhupada. We have grown up listening to your classic Hare Krishna Kirtan, waiting in a long queue after school to have typically transcendental Iskcon Prasadam. You slept only for 2 hours a day and spend most of your time in writing books for us. But I'm so lazy that I find it difficult to read them regularly. Prabhupada, I sincerely admit that I'm not capable of serving you in any way. It's only by your mercy that I can use this human life to please you and move closer to Krishna, at least by a few steps. Please bless me, Prabhupada, that I can read, understand your books, and help others too in utilizing this knowledge for their ultimate benefit. Please make me qualified to take shelter at your lotus feet and serve you in every possible way. Your humble servant, Devanga Day.
So next we will hear from Vishnupriya. She's the sister of the young lady that you heard, Vrinda. She's also the daughter of Sarvadara Prabhu and Madhavi Sakti Devi Dasi.
না 2 মিনিট দাঁড়াও তুমি আমাকে এটা সেট করে দিতে দাও set it up first variable okay we're ready ready
Please accept my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhudeshmati Jagataka Swami Dhinani. Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayani Gaurakatha Dhamdaya Nakaramdayani. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhudeshmati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dhinani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shrimati Vansita Deshatayine. So on this most auspicious day of Srila Prabhupada's Bhakti Tithi, I would like to express my gratitude by sharing some of his most profound words and teachings that have deeply touched me. In the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 34, Srila Prabhupada writes, "The pure devotee is the pleasure-possessing cloud, and when he is filled with transcendental loving service, then he can bestow his mercy downpour of rain, and the pleasure potency returns to the ocean of Krishna." We can see how Srila Prabhupada is the living, breathing example of the pure devotee who came to this world only to bestow his mercy by distributing the transcendental loving devotion and the holy name to everyone without any discrimination of race, gender, caste, or position. He is a true representative of Lord Krishna because he was fully surrendered unto the Lord. He spoke like the absolute truth without any mental speculation, which is why his words carried so much of plurality, and everyone is attracted to him. Personally, I'm able to experience his mercy through his purports, which are not different from him. There are many times when questions arise in my mind, but as soon as I sit down and open Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam or any other books by him, somehow the answers are always revealed to me. In the same way, I feel his presence through his sannyas disciples, such as my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jagadaguru Goswami Srila, and His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, and many other senior sannyasis and Vaishnavas, along with the growing youth of our movement. As someone who was born and brought up in this movement, I owe my entire life to Srila Prabhupada, but his glories are inconceivable to me. I feel very privileged to receive all the accommodations made by him to practice Krishna consciousness, whereas he came to the West and single-handedly struggled in every way to establish this movement all over the world. We have such a wonderful community of devotees and a strong support system. Srila Prabhupada created a vast palace where unlimited souls can take shelter. Yet I'm so ignorant that I take everything for granted and continue to be entangled in the material world and continue to make innumerable offenses. So how can we get out of this entanglement? Srila Prabhupada, who is also the personification of humility, has said in a letter that practically there is no credit for me. If there is any credit, it goes to my spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, who is helping me by sending so many good souls like you in this movement. Whatever is being done is due to this divine grace only. So my business is that to carry out this order. That is the way of disciple succession. And as for our he also follows the same principles, and our combined effort to serve Lord Krishna will be surely successful. Here we can learn how to make our life successful, how to purify ourselves, and how to please Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga, how to please Srila Prabhupada. I pray to him to bless me to always engage me in his service, so that in that way I can serve Lord Krishna and all his devotees. I offer my humble obeisances to the Krishna, giving me this opportunity to glorify our spiritual master, my spiritual grandfather, and purify myself. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhuvascha patitanam pavane Vaishnavibho namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavibha ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Thakur Prabhupada ki
After this, I would like to ask Gopal, who is the son of His Grace Keshav Madhav Prabhu, to please glorify Srila Prabhupada.
Namo Krishna Paraya Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Srimati Pashtakta Dissapearance. Pancha Kalpata Vibhyashta Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please bless me so that I can speak a few words on your disappearance day. I am humble but not qualified to describe a great soul like you, but with your mercy, I will try to speak. I am lucky because I was born in a devotee family as a great grandchild who already has been blessed with so many great souls in this movement. You took the vow to deliver millions of souls at the age of 70 and established this wonderful organization called Iskcon, which is feeding Krishna Prasad to millions of souls around the globe. And please bless me so that I can be one of your instruments to fulfill your desire. Thank you, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Dasi, who is the daughter of Her Grace Krishna Karnika Devi Dasi and His Grace Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu. Haribo. Namo Krishna Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. So I would please bless me so that I can speak this properly. Okay, so 44 years ago on this day, Srila Prabhupada passed away from this world. The world was weeping that such a prominent and holy figure had left its presence. His impact on this world is boundless. For it is only because of him that today we are all aware of our ultimate goal of life, which is to work towards and work towards achieving it. And it is only with his mercy that we shall all one day make it to the spiritual world. He wrote so many books for us to read, saying that book distribution is the best way of preaching. It is him only who has given us the holy names of Sri Krishna and brought us closer to the associates of Mahaprabhu, and has given us the opportunity to go to all the holy places. If not for him, I would not have raised my voice to hear them. If not for him, I would definitely have not visited Vrindavan town, Puri town, and more. I would not have been such great friends with Shalaja, Chandrika, Madhavi, and all the rest. I would not be sitting right now in the midst of such great association in Iskcon New Orleans. He has given us everything that we need to progress in our spiritual lives, and with his mercy, we are able to engage in the service of the Lord. So today, wherever you are, Srila Prabhupada, please bless me so that I can continue to advance in my spiritual life. Hopefully, with your guidance, maybe one day I can learn to love Lord Krishna like you did. Srila Prabhupada ki! Yeah.
Okay, so next we have Manjari. Yes, please come forward. Manjari is the daughter of our Sunday school principal and wonderful Pujari, His Grace Prachita Prabhu. Her brother, Pitambar, spoke this morning. But he's not able to attend the session right now because he has some school function to attend. So we'll be hearing from Manjari. There you go.
He completely changed the world. So many people would be lost in this material world without his guidance. Who could have thought that one spiritual soul would change the world so drastically? At the age that he came to life, most people would have retired. He has worked so hard to start coordinating the world, and I'm so thankful for everything he's done. I hope that by his blessing on the kingdom of Hare Krishna.
Thank you. That was a great clarification, Marjorie. Now we want to ask Pradeep to please come up. Thank you.
Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prasad, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namani. Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Prasaraya, Nirviti Shoshamani, Pachata Devakarana. As we all know, today is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. I personally do not have any memories of Srila Prabhupada, but I can take this time to appreciate everything he has done for us. He has given us so many massive opportunities in our lives. He's the whole reason we are here today. The sacrifices he has made for us just to build all these temples around the world is unreal. But yet it has happened, and we should be grateful for it. He has also come to America with no money and still managed to make a whole community of devotees that would always support Prabhupada and travel with him around the states and eventually the world, making more and more devotees as he goes on. He has never stopped on his mission. He keeps going and never stops. Therefore, we should do him a favor and preach the Hare Krishna movement to others.
Evil. So after this, Radhika, she is the daughter of His Grace Gadadhar Pandit Das. Please come up and speak something. Oh, and she's my sister. Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gaurani, Pacharine, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivasari, Gaura, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances onto your lotus feet. You have left us 44 years ago on this day. If you were never there, I wouldn't be here today, and neither would thousands of other people. Who would explain the very scripture so clearly and beautifully? Who else would have guided and engaged us in constantly practicing and preaching? Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, we request all the devotees to please have respect for the speaker and give your undivided attention to her. Thank you. Who else would have guided and engaged us in constantly practicing and preaching? Prabhupada, there are so many other things you have done that would take me hours to list. Without you, we would be incomplete. The day you left us, you left all of your teachings to us. Once on Guru Maharaj's Dissapearance Day, Srila Prabhupada said, on the absolute platform, there is no difference between the appearance and the disappearance of the spiritual master. Both are beautiful, just like the sunrise and the sunset. So we shouldn't feel sad on this day, because although we feel separation, within the separation, our remembrance of Srila Prabhupada is heightened. Please bless me, Srila Prabhupada, so that I can continue my services and feel the attachment to Krishna the way you did. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All right, now is Shailaja Das, who is the daughter of Rashamai Radha Devi Dasi and Miss Ishwar Krishna. Rivo. Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Vivekananda. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Pacharine, Devi Shesha Sunyavadi Pasyata Nishabhaya. Sure, Prabhupada. First of all, I offer my humble obeisances onto your lotus feet. All glories to you. I would like to say how thankful I am for everything you have done for us. I wouldn't be in this movement without you. I wouldn't know who Lord Krishna was without you. We all know that devotional service should be done joyfully, and this movement makes it so easy to do that. It helps us advance our bhakti in the midst of other devotees, such as family and friends. Without you, we wouldn't be who we are today. Your transcendental Vaishnava gift to the fallen souls of this planet is continuing in many ways this fallen souls do not even comprehend. Please bless me so that I can continue serving the Lord and here joyfully along with your friends and family in this beautiful movement. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
So we have Dikpal Prabhu with us also online. Dikpal Prabhu, would you like to say something? Dikpal Prabhu, आप कुछ बोलेंगे प्रभुपाद जी के विषय में? Hare Krishna, Dikpal Prabhu. Oh, Dikpal Prabhu's mic is not set up. Okay. Dikpal Prabhu is a Prabhupada disciple who always used to be here during these festivals. We are missing him. Okay, so we'll go on with the next participant. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, we are requesting if we miss any devotees who want to glorify Srila Prabhupada, please come forward. We are at our end of our list. So any Mantajis, any Prabhujis.
Oh, Mala
Mataji.
একটুখানি একটু বাংলায় বলতে পারেন একটু পরে 5 মিনিটের পরে কোনো সমস্যা নেই anybody else মাতাজিরা ওই যে রত্নাবলী রাধিকা মাতাজি খুব ভালো হ্যাঁ আসো আসো মাতাজি
Mataji's we request you. Karnika Mataji has shown initiation.
আরে ওই তো চম্পকলতা মাতাজিও আছে হ্যাঁ ওকে চম্পকলতা মাতাজি আপনি তৈরি করেন রত্নাবলী মাতাজি আসেন আসেন আপনি আসেন আগে তাড়াতাড়ি আসেন আসেন নাকি মাইক ওখানে নিয়ে যাব নাকি
Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, we request you to be here.
No. ও আসেন আসেন রত্নাবলী মাতাজি আসেন উনি আসবে আপনার পরে আসেন কিছু না বলে একটা প্রণাম মন্ত্র বললে উনি বলে এসো Yes.
So since no one is volunteering, I will do my glorification. Namaya Krishna Padaya, Krishna Krishna Bhutale, Srimati Jaya Pataka, Swami Dinamine, Namacharya Padaya, Nitai Padaya, Gaur Kathamadaya, Nagajamadaya, Namaya Krishna Padaya, Krishna Krishna Bhutale, Srimati Bhaktivedanta, Swami Dinamine, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane, Nirvishmisha Sundamadi, Pastor Deshutani. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. First of all, I offer my respectful obeisance to Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnava devotees. Dear Srila Prabhupada, I would first like to start off by stating how grateful I am to you, Srila Prabhupada. Because of your divine mercy, I get to be part of this wonderful community that you have created. I thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for creating Iskcon, where I get the association of such wonderful devotees and get opportunity to do many sevas. I'm very fortunate soul as I was born into this community where we have so many senior devotees who are role models for our generation, and they inspired us to be good devotees. Because of you, Srila Prabhupada, I got the opportunity to do so many things I've never imagined I would have gotten. So everything I have, I owe all it to you, Srila Prabhupada. I pray that I continue to be in this path of bhakti and continue to do seva towards Iskcon. May my love for Iskcon grow and grow, and may my desire to serve Iskcon continue to grow exponentially. So please bless me, Srila Prabhupada. With this, I will end my offering, and again pray to Srila Prabhupada and pray to all Vaishnava devotees to bless me. Thank you, Hare Krishna, your granddaughter, Krishna Kanti Govindasi. Hare
Bol, Hare Krishna. চম্পকলতা মাতাজি আসেন আসো
Ishwar Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu.
Ishwar Krishna Prabhu.
So, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu is a very, very wonderful devotee. Has been serving the International Society for Krishna Consciousness for many years, starting all the way from Mayapur, and then in many cities, even in the US, New York, and then New Orleans for many, many years. He's a wonderful devotee. He is raising 2 wonderful daughters here. And this morning, he's so busy, you see, we cannot catch him. Right now also he's trying to prepare a Sunday feast for everybody. So this morning also we couldn't give him a chance, though he's very senior devotee. But now we got an opportunity to hear from him. So it will be very, very wonderful. Prabhu, so to speak in Bengali?
Yes.
Yes, are you welcome?
I speak Bengali. Hello, Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Krishna. Sri Veda Vishnu Vishnu Vadna Saraswati. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Krishna. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Sundamadi. Jai Sri Prabhupada ki
Jai.
तो প্রভুপাদের আজকে হচ্ছে তিরোভাব তিথি মহামানুষ, আপনারা সকলেই জানেন। প্রভুপাদের সামনে বলার মতো আমার কোনো যোগ্যতা নেই, ঠিক আছে। আমি যদিও অনেকদিন ধরে এই সোসাইটিতে আসি, কিন্তু আমি সেরকম কোয়ালিফাইড নেই প্রভুপাদের সামনে কিছু বলার মতো। তো আমি শুধু এইটুকু বলতে এখন যদি প্রভুপাদ যেমন একটা আজকাল গান আমার দেখেছিলেন যে প্রভুপাদ না হতো তবে কি হতো, এই জীবন ধরিতাম কিছু। তা আমাদের তদ্রুপ মানে আমাদের অবস্থাটা সেরকম। যদি আজকে প্রভুপাদ না থাকতো মানে আমার মতো জীব কিভাবে সেটা মানে কোনো উপায় ছিল কিনা অসম্ভব। তো যার প্রভুপাদের অশেষ কৃপা এবং প্রভুপাদের যারা ডিসাইপল আছেন, যারা শিষ্যরা, আমাদের গুরুবর্গরা, তারা আমাদেরকে কৃপা করে এই সোসাইটিকে মানে থাকার জন্য অনুমতি দিয়েছেন বা আছি, বা ওনাদের কৃপায় আমরা কিছু করার চেষ্টা করছি, সেবা করার প্রভুপাদের সোসাইটিতে। তা আজকের দিনে যদিও বলে না যে প্রভুপাদ অনেকে বলতে প্রভুপাদ আছে, প্রভুপাদ সারা সবসময় আমাদের সঙ্গে আছে, প্রভুপাদ যদি না থাকতো তাহলে এই সোসাইটি ইয়া হতো না। আমরা সবকিছু আমরা বলছি প্রভুপাদ করছি, প্রভুপাদের দোহাই দিচ্ছি, প্রভুপাদের ইয়ে করছি, প্রভুপাদের সবাই বলছি প্রভুপাদ 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 এটা করেছে আমরা ফলো, আমরা কতটা ফলো করছি, কতটা ইয়ে করছি, ঠিক আছে। সেটা যেটা ব্যক্তিগত আমরা নিজেরাই জানি আমরা কতটুকু করতে পারছি বা কতটুকু করছি। আজকের দিনে আমার সবার কাছে একটাই অনুরোধ, আপনারা সবাই জানেন প্রভুপাদ ইসকন মিন্স প্রভুপাদ, প্রভুপাদ মিন্স ইসকন। ইসকনের মেইন ইয়াটা হচ্ছে প্রভুপাদ যদি না ইয়ে করতে তো ইসকন আসবে, আমরা ইসকন এত দূরে আছে সারা বিশ্বব্যাপী হতে একমাত্র প্রভুপাদের ইয়ে করেছে। তাই আমাদের যখনই ইসকনের ইয়ে আসবে তখনই মনে হবে আমাদের প্রভুপাদ আমাদের সঙ্গে আছেন, সবসময় জন্য আছেন। এবং এই ইয়ে করি আমি চাই প্রভুপাদ যেন আমাদের কৃপা করে, আপনারা সবাই কৃপা করুন যেন আমরা এই সোসাইটিতে থাকতে পারি, সোসাইটি যতটুকু সেবা করছি এবং করে যেতে পারি। এটাই হচ্ছে আমার মানে আজকে মেইন উদ্দেশ্য হবে। এই বলে আমি আপনার জ্ঞান শেষ করতে হয় কিছু হইব।
জয় জয় শ্রী না আসুন, ছাত্র আসুন।
So next we have Champamata Mataji. She is actually, this is her first Srila Prabhupada Dissapearance Day here in New Orleans. She is first here in New Orleans. She is coming all the way from Mayapur. She is wonderful devotee, wife of His Grace Krishna Sundar Prabhu and mother of Devangan. So we'll definitely love to hear from her. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी प्रस्तुत देशतारिणे वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। আপনারা সবাই আমাকে দরজার করে এখানে বসেছেন, এখানে বসার আমার কোনো যোগ্যতা নেই। তো গোপাল বাবু ঠিকই বলেছেন, এই প্রভুপাদ তিরোভাব তিথি উৎসব আজকে আমার এখানে ইউনিয়ন হচ্ছে ফার্স্ট টাইম। আমি এত বছর মায়াপুরে কাটিয়েছি, মায়াপুরের সমাধি মন্দিরে সেবা করার সুযোগ, তারপরে এরকম গ্লোরিফিকেশন শোনার খুব একটা সৌভাগ্য হতো না, কারণ আমাদের পুরুষ সেবাটাই কিচেনে চলে যেত। তা আজকে আমার খুব ভালো লাগলো, সারাক্ষণ বসে প্রভুপাদের গ্লোরিফিকেশন শুনলাম। আমার প্রভুপাদের গুণকীর্তন করার মতো কোনো ভাষা বা সুন্দর শব্দ দিয়ে বলার মতো আমার কোনো যোগ্যতা নেই। তা আমি এইটুকু বলতে পারি, ইসকন এই প্রভুপাদের পরিবারের নিজেকে একজন সদস্য হিসাবে আমি খুব গর্ব অনুভব করি। হয়তো কিছু করতে পারি না, যোগ্য নয়, কিন্তু তবু নিজেকে আমার খুব ভাগ্যবান মনে হয় যে হ্যাঁ আমি অন্য কোনো পরিবারে না গিয়ে প্রভুপাদের পরিবারে আমি একজন সদস্য হতে পেরেছি। এটা আমার নিজে নিয়ে আমি খুব গর্ব অনুভব করি। আর আমার সমস্ত যে গুরু ভাই বোনেরা আছে, ওনাদের সান্নিধ্যে থেকে ভগবানের যেটুকু সেবা করার সুযোগ পাই করার চেষ্টা করি। তা আমি এইটুকুই বলবো যে এই যে সদ্গুরুর চরণে আশ্রয়, সদ্গুরু কথাটা আমার মনে হয় প্রভুপাদ না আসলে আমরা অন্তত সদ্গুরু পেতাম না। জানি না আমার গুরু মহারাজকে প্রভুপাদ তো এখান থেকে তুলে নিয়ে গিয়েছিলেন। তা আমার মনে হয় যে এই পরম গুরুদেবের কৃপাতেই আজকে সদ্গুরু পেয়েছি। তা আমি গুরুদেবের কাছে কতটা কৃতজ্ঞ জানি না, তো পরম গুরুদেবের কাছে আমি খুব কৃতজ্ঞ যে আজকে আমি সদ্গুরুর চরণে আশ্রয় হতে পেরেছি। প্রভুপাদের এই পরিবারে থেকে নিজেকে একজন শিষ্য হিসাবে যে বলতে পারি, কেউ যখন জিজ্ঞাসা করে তোমরা কোথাকার ভক্ত, তখন বলি যে আমরা ইস্কনের ভক্ত, আমার খুব গর্ব হয়। তো এই সদ্গুরু চরণের থেকে 4টি বিধিনিষেধ পালন করে প্রভুপাদের পরিবারে থেকে সুন্দর করে হয়তো প্রভুপাদের সংকীর্তন প্রচার, গ্রন্থ প্রচারে অংশগ্রহণ করতে পারি না, কিন্তু এমন কিছু করবো না যাতে প্রভুপাদের সংস্থায় মানে আমার জন্য আমাকে আঙুল তুলে কেউ বলে যে এই ইস্কনের শিষ্য এরকম ব্যবহার। আমি সবসময় এটা চেষ্টা করি যে এটা যেন না আমাকে কেউ বলতে পারে। আমি সবসময় এইটুকু মানে এইটুকু আমি চেষ্টা করি যে আমার জন্য যেন প্রভুপাদ বা আমার গুরু মহারাজ, আমার ইস্কন এরকম তুলে কেউ যেন কথা বলতে না পারে। তাই এইটুকু আজকের দিনে আমি প্রভুপাদের চরণে এইটুকুই প্রার্থনা করবো, যেন যতদিন বেঁচে থাকি শেষ পর্যন্ত জীবনের আমি যেন ইস্কনের সদস্য হয়ে, ইস্কনের পরিবারের কেউ একজন হয়ে, ওনার ভক্তদের সান্নিধ্যে থেকে, আমার গুরু ভাই বোনের সান্নিধ্যে থেকে আমি গুরু গৌরাঙ্গের সেবা যেটুকু সুযোগ পাই সেটুকু যেন আমি সেবা করে যেতে পারি। আর আজকের এই তিরোভাব তিথি, এটাও আমাদের কাছে আনন্দেরও দিন আবার দুঃখেরও দিন, কিন্তু আমাদের কাছে মনে হয় যেন সবই আনন্দের। উনি তো সবসময় আমাদের কাছে আছেন, কখনো আমরা মনে করি না যে নেই উনি। তা আমাদের তো সৌভাগ্য হয়নি প্রভুপাদকে দর্শন করার। তো অনেক সময় অনেকে আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করে যে আমরা সবাই যখন একসঙ্গে মায়াপুরে এরকম আমরা মাতাজিরা ক্লাস করতাম, তো সবাই সবার মনের ইচ্ছা জানতো, জিজ্ঞাসা করতো। তা আমি বলতাম যে যদি কোনোদিন কোনো সৌভাগ্যের ফলে, কোনো সুকৃতির ফলে কেউ যদি আমাকে কেউ কিছু দেয়, আমি যেন প্রভুপাদকে একটু দর্শন করার আর স্পর্শ করার একটু সুযোগ পাই। তা এটাই আমার জানি না, আমার মনে খুব ইচ্ছা। তাই আজকে আমি বলে ফেললাম সবার কাছে। তো ওনার চরণে আমি আমার সশ্রদ্ধ প্রণাম জানিয়ে আমি এখানে বলা শেষ করছি। আমার ভুল ত্রুটি বলে আপনারা ক্ষমা করবেন।
So you can read the poem.
Hare Krishna. So I'll be reading a poem that is written by my dear friend Anuradha Das. You all probably know her as the daughter of Anantasesh Prabhu and Vinati Das. So she's all the way in Florida, going for her higher studies. So she sent her offerings here. I want to thank you for traveling across the sea just to spread the mercy of Sri Radha Madhavji. Because of your efforts and determination, many fallen souls can join our congregation. I hope to aid in your movement to best of my abilities and preach that Krishna is the all-attractive personality. Please accept my most humble obeisances. I hope to worship Sri Sri Radha Radhakanta with all my senses. Haribol!
So, Hare Krishna. All right, so thank you so much. We're coming towards the end of the program, and I'll be given the last position to speak. So another few minutes. Just bear with me. I wanted to present something. Okay, let's see. Hare Krishna. So today is a wonderful day. We've been hearing the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada. In fact, this year is also very, very auspicious because this is the 125th birth anniversary. I think we have like silver jubilee, golden jubilee, and then diamond jubilee. What is 125? Does anybody know? So platinum. All right, so that's what today is. This year is, in fact, we celebrated in August, September, Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. And this also is marking today. This is disappearance day when he entered the pastimes of Sri Radha Ras Bihari Radha Kanto. So just in a short time, he had done so many wonderful feats which are impossible for a person, an ordinary person to do. And if you all will look up, you will be able to see not even one of these tasks are possible for an ordinary person. So between 1968 1977, he dictated 22,000 pages of text. He used to use a dictaphone in which every day morning he would get up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and he would dictate up until Mangalarti, 4:30 in the morning. Usually, myself, I see at 4:30 in the morning also I don't want to wake up. Srila Prabhupada, he used to get up that time and dictate. And he translated and wrote purports to 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, around 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, 17 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita, total of 270 pages, or 11,555 verses. He translated them from Sanskrit or Bengali into English, which was easily understandable by everyone. And it was, didn't just do some work haphazardly. Okay, here's the Sanskrit word, here's the English. No. You pick up any of Srila Prabhupada's books, you will see there is word to word. Each word, what is the meaning of it in that, translated in that language, and then he would have a translation which was the meaning of the word, of the verse, and then he would have an explanation, which is a purport. In fact, these 17 volumes of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is a record. It is said that devotees completed it in around 2 to 3 months time. 17 volumes of book coming out. It's difficult even for people to read it in 3 months. And devotees were able to print, type, edit, proofread, publish. Not just that, even add paintings. These all paintings which are in the book were done by devotees, and that all was done. Such a miracle, only by mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He also wrote and published about 147 small books. Some of the names are given here, like Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Nectar of Devotion, and other books. And he created the Back to Godhead magazine in 1944, around World War II. And it's distributed 1 million copies all over the world, more than that, monthly. So we can understand what an amazing feat that was. And sometimes we can say, okay, these are all possible because, he might be a very learned people, or these books were possible because he had help from his disciples. He had 5,000 disciples, he had so many temples. He had so much manpower, they were doing it. But what about communication? He wrote 7,000 letters to his disciples. In those times, there was no WhatsApp, no emails, no telephones also, no mobile phones. But alone, single-handedly, while he was traveling all over the world, he would keep in touch, writing letters to his disciples all over the world. He would get letters from them regarding questions, small questions, and he would answer in such a beautiful way and reply back to them, which can be published now. It is published in 5 volumes of books, just his letters, conversations. That can show how personal he was with his devotees. And he gave lectures as well, which can be compiled in 11 volumes of books, Bhagavad Gita lectures. And not just that, his conversations also. So this we can see, even his conversation. This is the devotee does not spend a single word, a single breath to not talk about Krishna. Even in his recreation time, which was like his morning walk, which would people do for health and all, he would be still talking about Krishna. He would still talk about Krishna and about Krishna consciousness preaching. And all those conversations, whoever he would meet, somebody would come to see him, he would talk about Krishna. Preaching the essence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Jala Dekho, Tare Kaho, Krishna Pradesh. And so therefore, wonderfully, all his conversations also compiled 42 volumes of books. And volumes means they're not little books. If they were tiny books, they could have been put in one big book. But no, these are volumes. And of course, he also produced innumerable recordings. I myself have a small, like a tape recorder, in which I have around 2,400 lectures, English, Hindi, Bengali, and of course, many songs he has sung, bhajans that he has sung and recorded. So very, very wonderful task he has completed there. Leaving these recordings for us. Just yesterday, I was here in my Guru Maharaj, and some devotee asked him that, what keeps you doing service even today, 50 years after you joined the movement? And Srila Prabhupada left in 1977. What keeps you inspired to keep doing this? And he said, what is your connection? He said, the lectures. I listen to his lectures every day. And that is my connection. And of course, for us too, for especially for me, I did not see Prabhupada. I was born in 86, Prabhupada left 1977. But we see these recordings, these videos, these lectures we hear, and we can understand and feel his presence. The body is so strong, the words. So these innumerable recordings are a blessing that he has left us, which we now understand. At that time, when there was not much technology of recording, still Srila Prabhupada would always, his disciples would always carry a tape recorder with them and to record his words. And now, I'm very grateful for them, and I understand the value that they give. And apart from that, he established 108 temples, including this Iskcon New Orleans, which was inaugurated on Radhashtami in 1974. Today, there are very few temples that Srila Prabhupada actually came to, physically present. There are some temples which are not there anymore. They moved to another location. And there are many temples which came up after Srila Prabhupada left. But this is the temple that Srila Prabhupada came to. And he actually came down, walking down these stairs, and he took darshan of these deities, Radha Kantaju, who you are going to see. And you know what he said when he saw them? He said they are very beautiful. So you can see, here are Sri Radha Kantaju, who is certified, told by Srila Prabhupada, very beautiful deities. And we are so fortunate, all of us here, to have darshan of these deities, to serve these deities every day. How wonderful that is. And just to conclude, he traveled around the world 14 times, all around the globe. He would stay only 2 or 3 days in some places. Like even New Orleans, he was here only for 2 days. Came on the 31st of August, stayed here that night. Next day morning, he went to the New Talavan farm, and then in the evening, he left to go to another temple. So we can see he was traveling all the time. And besides that, he has changed lives of at least 10,000 people, myself being one of them. And now the number is only increasing by the mercy of his disciples and this movement. And all this Srila Prabhupada did in only 11 years. Many of us, myself, I'm 33 plus, that means 3 times 11 years, but I cannot achieve even 1/10 part of what he has achieved. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai. So we'll end here and by saying that he built a house in which the whole world can live peacefully. So I'd like to thank all of you all for taking part today. And I hope you all take Srila Prabhupada in your heart this day. The Tirubhaktiti is very, very auspicious, they say. Why to celebrate Tirubhaktiti? Usually you celebrate a birthday, but why you celebrate Tirubhaktiti? Because Tirubhaktiti might be a little sad moment for us because a Vaishnava has departed. But we celebrate it because the Vaishnava's point of view, he is very happy because he is going back home, back to Godhead. He is going to meet and be with his Lord. And so therefore he is very, very happy on this day. And that is why it is said on the Tirubhaktiti day, one should pray to the Vaishnava for his mercy because he is very, very happy and ready to bless with whatever you would like. So today, I want all of you all, after Damodara Ashtakam lamp, and we're going to have Srila Prabhupada's prayers also. 1 minute, we will be having silence at exactly 7:14. So that moment, I want all of you to think, what would you like to pray to Srila Prabhupada for? Because he is listening and he's going to bless all of us. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So we have Arti, I'll request everybody to stand up. Haribo.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Gopal Prabhu, Gopal Radhe Prabhu, thank you so much for your nice gift. Please the Aarti for some time. Please stand up, turn that off. That's okay.
Namaste, Saraswati. Hare